BCU Band Talk, Hell Wildcats, Gridiron Show. What's going on, Daryl? Yeah, we'll give it. Yeah, good deal. You still out there being Smokey the Bandit, or you back?
No, I'm still out here.
You still out there? Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Be safe
yeah.
out there.
Nah,
Seriously,
I'll be back, ready to go for Saturday.
back ready to go for Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Heading to Montgomery. See if we can.
It's-
well, Listen, I'm cautiously optimistic.
yes, 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 definitely.
That's quite a hill to climb,
That is.
but that's a different. I put we jumping way ahead. This is the informal stuff that we'll get to a little bit later. But I put Alabama State in that same class with South Carolina State and Jackson State
I highly agree.
and Central right now. So but I'll say this and I'll repeat this again as we go on. I really think that man, this team grew up in the second half of that South Carolina State game. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
I, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, we'll get into all that in just a little bit. Again, we see people are joining on, so you guys are welcome to share this with some folk out there. And as we go on, make sure you unmute your lines. We want to hear from you. This space is created so that we can actually engage and interact. You don't have to listen to me talk incessantly. So appreciate it. Charles, where did you catch any games? Did you go up to did you catch the Edward Waters, the Morehouse game, or anything different outside of Daytona?
Somewhat. Well, when I left, when the game ended, I came back home, and I actually had the two TV setup action going. I had on one TV, I had Ed Waters and Morehouse, and on the other, I had the State Fair Classic between Prairie View and Grambling. I like what Tremaine Jackson and the Panthers are doing over there.
Yeah, so listen, man, just give us some rundowns about what you saw in either one of those games or both of those.
Okay, well, the Ed Waters game, that's the one I paid the most attention to. Hey, I can't call it a scare, but it was closer than I thought that game would have been when I turned on the TV. It was 27-24. Edwards got the win, and they actually needed a score with about a minute and 40 some odd seconds left in the game to
Is
kind
that
of pull
right?
that out. Yes, and then Morehouse was driving, and then I don't know what happened with the SIAC's screaming. It went out on me. I'm like, no.
So you had to check the box score like all the rest of us, huh?
Yeah, it was the last drive. I'm like, oh man, if it's going to be an upset, I want to see it. But it went out on me. But then when I checked the box score, I seen that they held on. They held off Morehouse.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Well, good deal. I mean, that was yeah, I wasn't expecting that outcome. I thought that would be more one-sided, but
Yeah, me
like
too.
we say kind of every week, man, that in the Division 2 ranks, those guys are there's a lot of good football played around Division 2. Hey, let me ask this question. I'll ask this in a little bit. I'm looking to see mostly Cookman people in here right now. Doesn't mean that you can't speak to this, but as we get a few more swackos on here, we'll get their opinion too. Are there any like elite defensive teams in the SWAC right now? Before you jump into the State Fair Classic, Charles, can you think about anybody that's an elite defensive team right now?
I elite. I haven't seen one yet. I'm not saying that nobody plays defense in the SWAC, but I
Right,
haven't seen a team to jump off the screen like, oh, did you see their defense? I haven't seen
right.
one as of yet, but we just getting the SWAC play, so it might be revealed a little bit later.
Yeah, yeah, we getting there. What were you gonna say, Daryl?
Oh no, no. I'm with him. To me there
Yeah,
is not at this time. Yeah.
yeah.
There's some
It's
good
it's
ones,
funny,
but not
right?
elite. Yeah.
Right, I agree. Good ones, but not elite. And that did never even dawn to me until just a few minutes before the call. I was thinking, it's like, man, this is starting to look like the old SWAC, right? Where everybody was just running up and down the field and uh, nobody ever played defense, right? The MEAC was always the defensive conference, and the SWAC was up and down offense, but it seems that we're kind of, as it stands right now, again over the last several years, Alabama State's been really good defensively. Jackson
Mm-hmm.
State's been really good defensively. Not last year, but in prior years when Smitty was the defensive coordinator up in Tallahassee, they were really good defensively. So it's just Alcorn has traditionally been a good defense. So it's kind of just all of a sudden, man, I don't know what happened. So again, it's just something to keep our eyes out for and just to see if that changes to any degree. So yeah, just interesting. So yeah. So anyways, you were telling us about the State Farm Classic before I jumped in and just had that kind of my brain was flooded with that one.
Oh, Prairie View is looking good over there with Tremaine Jackson in his first year there. They're strong on the ground. They played a good defensive game against Grambling, but like back to you with the question you asked, I didn't see an elite defense. I saw a good defense. And one thing I can say, they know how to close a football game. That's 2 straight weeks where they may have gotten the ball with 6 or 7 minutes left. They go into 4-minute offense and they don't let you get the ball back and they just pound you with the running game.
Uh, Listen, it doesn't count if you play good defense against Grambling. But I'm not gonna say that too loud because I'm saying that's a bad that's not a good case study. And so we want to throw yeah, not picking on Grambling. I'm just saying is that's they're a work in progress right now. But the amazing thing about sports, fans love to overreact. You watch a team play one game, 2 games, 3 games, and just want to kind of create a narrative around it. It's a long season, and teams get better and they improve on one side of the ball or the other side, and it's like it's a lot of you can't overreact, right? And so I don't like the confirmation bias stuff we do, where we just assume something in the off season. We assume something
Mhm.
because of name recognition or what player transferred from where and what the head coach name is and all this stuff. And so, and then we'll just kind of carry this confirmation bias throughout the rest of the year by thinking that, we're just reinforcing what we already thought in our head instead of letting the season play out, instead of letting the game play out, instead of analyzing it through clear lenses. And so but it was just again like just a thought. Anything for anybody, anything jump out at you this weekend across the HBCU landscape, rather in the SWAC, in the MEAC, in Division 2, anything that just kind of jump off the page at you?
How about Benedict? 59 on Clark yesterday.
Wait, what? What?
Uh,
Say that.
yeah, Benedict, they defeated Clark yesterday. I believe it was 59-24. It seems like they've kind of found their groove from an offensive standpoint because the first 2 games they won, they had scored 10 points in each game. It was both 10-0 games. But last week they put 45 on Tuskegee in that Thursday night game. And then yesterday, 59.
59. Oof. Woodshed.
Yeah.
Woodshed. So yeah, that's crazy. I listen. I see Allen got put in their place, though. I know people were feeling
Oh,
Allen for a little bit, but go ahead.
oh yeah. Albany State was whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on now. You're doing a little something, but hold on now. We still one of the bullies in this conference.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
57-14 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody was talking. Watch out for that game. Again. No. No.
No.
Yeah. Let's get some straightening of you. I'll tell you what was surprising to me. Man, the MEAC had a rough Saturday.
Mm.
Yeah. Did you all see? Did you see the Delaware State game when they kicked the quarterback out for? Did you all see that?
Man, I saw it on social media. Something about an excessive celebration or
Yes.
high
celebrating too
five,
long.
high fiving
Hi.
fans, and they
Yeah.
said he refused to give the ball back to the ref, but video evidence clearly shows him tossing the ball back to the referee. But
He
yeah,
tossed the ball to the head ref. Remember
yeah,
the white hat? The
that,
white
that
hat.
that was
Yeah.
bad. That was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. And when he said high fiving fans, it was great because there were fans standing. When you go into the end zone, there's fans standing around the gate behind the end zone. So he scored and just went and just high five everybody, like he was going through a Soul Train line or something. And then again, I don't know if an official asked for a ball or not that was behind him or next to him. either way, he ran to the white hat and tossed them the ball. So, but they kicked them out, and I didn't watch the game. People had question marks about the officiating in that game. I don't know. I guess they always have questions about the officiating. Sometimes right, sometimes not. But that was, and if that's all he did, if he didn't say anything to the refs, that was an awful call. And at some point, man, it's an emotional game. You got to let kids have fun. There was nothing excessive about what he did. So,
Yeah, I agree. I've never heard of somebody being kicked out of a game for that. I thought maybe, if anything, it's just a 15-yard penalty.
in the first quarter, in the
Woo.
first quarter, it was I think it was a 7-7 game at the time. So it was it was something. But the MEAC had a rough outing with Delaware State losing to Sacred Heart, Norfolk State losing to Wagner, Howard
Losing to
seemed to be,
Richmond.
yeah, they were, it was 12-0 at halftime, gave up two touchdown passes in the fourth quarter, and some kind of way found a way to lose that game. It was rough. Miles pushed Morgan State, and we're not talking about Miles that was coached by Sam Shade. We're talking about Miles who's 0-5 this year. So Damon Wilson just won't play offense, can't find out. I don't know what's going on in Morgan, but we have our resident MEAC analyst and expert on here. Brad, open your line. What in the world's going on in the MEAC? South Carolina State losing to
To a
Charleston
winless
Southern.
team. Yeah.
I mean, come on. What's going on in the MEAC? That was rough. The North Carolina Central game, it looked closer than it really was. There was some garbage touchdowns in the end that pushed that game, made it look a little bit closer, and then, then of course, Morgan wind up getting things right. But that was the shock to me. In the MEAC around the SWAC, I had a perfect record in SWAC. I mean, that kind of went exactly the way I thought it was going to go in the SWAC. There was nothing unique, even to the point of calling the Bethune-Cookman Alabama A&M. I thought that would be the most competitive game, the most compelling game, and by all accounts, from everything that I've seen, it was certainly compelling. Now, maybe Texas Southern scoring 9-10 points in the fourth quarter to come back against Valley, and Pine Bluff again scoring at the end. Those were all exciting games, but I think just from beginning to end, quality game played. Bethune-Cookman, Alabama A&M had everything that you wanted. I was highly impressed with Bethune. I'll tell you this: what I said this to a couple people, and then I saw at least Steve post this, and maybe some others who commented on that. But when I left the stadium yesterday, that was the most excited. That was the most excited I've been for a Bethune-Cookman win in years. Now, we've won some games since then, but most of the games that we won, including last week, I would leave and I would feel more relieved, right? Like, okay, we got us one. We pull this out. But not really with a lot of optimism behind that, just to be honest, just because things were so dire. I left yesterday and I felt completely elated. Like, I almost forgot what this feels like to have this level of excitement behind a win. So, was that just me? Anybody else share that sentiment?
Oh, I did. I got a chance to shut up a hater. Cookman guy. He's not a Cookman grad. He's a FAMU grad. My homie though, but he always, anytime he gets a chance, he will fire a shot at Bethune-Cookman. From dormitories to stadiums, anything dealing with the university. And he was talking big talk. Oh man, and like the JSU fans say, Alabama A&M by 40. Like, come on, man. You really think them people are going to come down here and do that? So when they won, I gladly let them know. And what's his rebuttal? Well, the last 4 games that Cookman won, 2 of them, the team didn't have their starting quarterback. Yesterday, they didn't have Brown, and Grambling last year didn't have Miles Crowley. I don't care nothing about that. You got to play who's on the schedule and who's on that roster and active and ready to go.
Yeah, man. That's whatever. Listen, I tell you this. They did not lose that game yesterday because Quad didn't play. The
No.
backup Henley
Exactly.
he played an amazing game. Now, If they miss anyone, I don't think they did, because just listen, let me finish out the statement. If they
Mhm.
missed anyone, it would have been, the running back, the Edwards kid, who came into the weekend leading the SWAC in rushing. So I haven't seen them. I know they were talking about all three of their running backs and how good all three were, but I tell you who I did see. I saw the two that that they put out there, and if Edwards is better than, that much better than those kids, then maybe. And the reason I say maybe they missed something, maybe they could have got a little bit more production on the ground, and used their offense and run game, as defense, as keep away. That would be the only boost. But as far as production at quarterback, the backup did absolutely nothing wrong and actually moved that offense extremely well. And Quad wasn't going to come in there and play. He wasn't worth another 7 to 10 points for them. I'm pretty certain of that.
No, I agree with that. I mean, because
Yeah,
he threw for 355 and 3 touchdowns. I mean, what more could you ask out of your quarterback?
and look good.
Hmm.
Look
And
good.
look good.
You didn't even know that was the backup at one point in time. To I think you told me, Jerry, that it was that is actually the backup. You couldn't tell the way he was running that offense and the touch he had on the deep balls and all that type of stuff. Like he's throwing them open when before the receiver can get open. He just trusts that the receiver is going to run by Cookman DBs, which they did, and he's just dropping them in the basket. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how much better quarterback play they could have got unless they dressed Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even talking to Sam Shea before the game, I asked him if his game plan changed, and he was like, "No, the game plan don't change whether it's Quad at quarterback or if it's Hanley at quarterback." And he gave Hanley praise.
Yeah. Listen, they scored 34 points. The offense is not why they lost that game. Again, I think overall it was just it was a really good college football game. It was we There weren't quite as many fans in the stands this week as there was a week before, but the fans that were in the stands were very engaged. And so you still had a lively crowd, you had an
Can
active
can
crowd.
can you not gloss past that? You say that again, because that's been a knock on Bethune-Cookman fans for years. Yesterday they showed up and they cheered all game long. So remember
Yeah.
last year we were sitting in front of a FAMU guy was sitting in front of us and was
Yeah.
booing the Cookman fans because they refused to cheer. It was
Yeah.
him and Wembley, son, only two people in the stadium that were cheering the whole time outside of the few season ticket holders where we sit. But yesterday, man, like everyone was engaged. Everybody. I even thought J Love did a great job on the microphone announcing, and especially in the big moments. Like everything was, it felt like a really good college football game. Crowd, the play, the execution, even once Alabama A&M band got under Wells' skin, it became a battle with them too as well. So I thought it overall was a pretty good game.
Yeah, I was glad they bought the maroon and white. I like to see, his HBCU game when both bands are present. We
And
don't have it
petty,
2 weeks in a row.
and petty. Alabama A&M band was petty. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah. No, it look overall good. I actually enjoyed Alabama A&M's band. They were good. Again, there are some SWAC bands that I've sat across from, and I'm like, please make it stop. Like, just make it stop. It's like we all enjoy loud for a little bit, but sometimes it's just ridiculous. I'm like, I need some musicianship. But Alabama A&M band, the Marching Maroon and White, shout out to them. They sound good. They played well. They came in and brought some energy, and as Coach Bell said, they were petty. They kept trying to entice Bethune to play a little bit more. And it took a while for them to start playing, and they went through their little um, quiet storm, mix. And then, but the energy just built up as the game went on, and it became a good band battle as well. It was just a very good college atmosphere. I'll take that every week if we can get that. It was enjoyable. Brad, what's going on over in the MEAC, man?
Hey, so first and foremost, what I will say is MEAC just they asked the bad man. They really did this last week. This week just wasn't a good week. It just wasn't a good week. So I don't know what to I don't know how else I don't know how else to say it. They just didn't do well. They just didn't do well. Um it was one of those things where, we didn't live up to the billing.
Well, fair enough. That old Momo is hard to once you lose it, it's hard to get back, or it's hard to drum it up. And so, yeah, good deal. I was just shocked by that. I thought that was an easy win. That was so, but turned out to not work out that way. Mr. Mayor of Orlando, I hear
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
a I hear you have a BTA report.
Listen, listen. The Belt Boys came to Daytona this weekend. They came. They brought the they brought a 1.5 inch leather belt for the game. However, they did leave halftime to go to Tallahassee, and we already know what happened with that. But overall, man, super excited. You should have seen the faces on the Bama's face when the Belt Boys came in, 70-yard pass first play, and I was like, okay, opening up the whole reverse thing. I was like, yeah, we got this, and we took our foot off the pedal for a little while, but was able to overall come out with a victory, and I think that was big. Like, you go through adversity, you still find a way to win, and I think that was huge for those players. And we're gonna need to have a prayer breakfast, vacation Bible school, something for Belmont State. The honeybees, we Florida boys, we love you. So come on with it. Come on with it, honeybees. We don't care. We don't care. We Florida boys don't worry about that. Come on over. But overall, it was a good game, man, and I loved it.
Yep. So what you got to say to Ty, Mr. Mayor?
I'm listening.
Oh, I already talked to Ty. Listen, we got your maroon and gold. We ready? Just switch out
I'm
that
not
white.
trying to look like Iron Man.
Listen, switch out to a little white. Put a little gold. Just sprinkle a little bit. We're gonna open you up. We're gonna welcome you with open arms. We got you.
I wish
Come on
you could
over.
see my
Ty,
face right now.
what if we get you some gold fronts? You can put them in your mouth, and then when you got your maroon and white on, and every time you think about us, you just tease real big, make it maroon and gold. Would that work?
I already have some. Thank you. No, thank you. But I appreciate the offer. It was nice. I'm glad y'all are enjoying your win. It was very well deserved. I'm eating my words from last week, and that is fine. That is fine. But
So from your perspective, right?
the best man won.
Alabama A&M. What did you think about the game overall? What do you think? Did it go the way you thought? What were your thoughts about the game in general?
You really asking me that question?
Yeah. We want to hear from you. We want
I
to hear from the other perspective.
I really thought we was gonna win, but I didn't know necessarily that Quad was gonna be out. So that was something that threw me for a loop. And then our number one running back, and this is not an excuse, just transparency. Our number one running back, Edwards, um, he was out as well, I guess with injury. And so that, needless to say, I knew that our defense was going to be somewhat of a level of weaker, but I didn't expect it to be that bad.
You didn't expect it to be that bad, but well, I get it. And so, what's next? Y'all got Jackson State this week, right? So, oh, somebody got some feedback going on. I'm hearing somebody feedback in the background.
You
We're
say
good
A
there.
and M. You say A&M got on Jackson State this week.
and I've got Jackson State next. So
Oh
they
dang, Ty. Ty, just take your vacation early. Just come on over here.
I don't
And
know. I hold on. I don't know. I don't know. I think Alabama and them will. They'll. I think they'll clip either Jackson State or Alabama State. I actually. I think that's a very good team. I think Alabama and them is a very good team. Offensively, they can score with anybody. Defensively, they got to figure some things out. But I'm not certain. I think they can outscore Jackson State. I really do. I'm not sold on Jacobian. I told y'all that all year long. I am not counting that as a game that Alabama and them can't win. I'm just not. So maybe I'm out there by myself on that one.
man, let me tell you, when I was watching the game, the only thing I could hear in my head was Coach Rowland, just give Bun the ball. And I was like, this boy right here, he balling. And number 17, DB, his arms longer than I-4. Listen, this is the second game where I thought he was burnt. And I thought he was beat. And somehow he came up with the interception. And I got to give him his props. Because each time they threw at him, even with when he played it, when Ed Waters was in town, I was like, yo, he done got beat deep. And somehow, some miraculously way, those long arms, he was able to just snatch the interception. And I was like, okay, yeah, he the truth. He a great athlete.
What?
Where I say that we have concerns is just with defenses that our linebackers are gonna have to shut down Jackson State's run game. If not, I mean, it's just gonna be difficult to watch. Again, until A&M proves to me differently and changes some things up defensively, they're putting a lot of pressure on the offense to carry the torch. So we're gonna have to get some stops and some wins there. And so I wouldn't say Jackson State should be cocky, but the favor is definitely in them. Walking into this season, Jackson State was my number one actually. And so it'll be interesting to see how things turn out and if we get Quad back and some other players that were injured, just to see how we recover. And if we do come out with the win, I'm gonna cut up on this app. But if not, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah, yeah. I used to talk, but I ain't saying nothing. So no, I just think y'all have a chance. I'm not predicting that you all will win. I just don't. I need to see more. I'm not. Again, I'm not 100% sold on more. I think he's a good quarterback. I really do. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if he's SWAC Offensive Player of the Year good at quarterback. And so again, I think last year they didn't put a whole lot on his shoulders because they had Herb back there in the right in the backfield. They could turn around and really he was the focal point of the offense. And then Morgan just went out there and had a chance to manage. Well, now they came in the year talking about they had the best receiving core and now they got Miller back there and they just gonna keep it and we just haven't seen it. And so
What,
again,
what
until go ahead.
what specifically are you saying that you're missing from Morgan
I'm
for him to
I
have?
don't I don't it's one thing when you are not okay, last year when teams went in and game plan, the
Mm-hmm.
game plan was to stop Irv. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was the focal point.
Mm-hmm.
And so the quarterback was he was the secondary, player that you look to stop. Well,
Mm-hmm.
now Irv is gone. So now you can design your scheme to focus on his weaknesses. Make him stay in the pocket and have to read the field and make quarterback decisions from inside the pocket. He's better when he's able to get outside, get on the move, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you don't fear that, you don't fear their running game this year. It's decent, but it's not what it was. And so it's you just stay disciplined in your rush, make him have to make plays from the pocket and be accurate with the ball, and make good reads. I'm saying I don't think that's the strength of his game, and because of that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not certain that I think you guys have a chance to outscore them. My that's my assessment. That's the way I attack Jackson State, if I'm Sam Shade, make him beat you from the pocket. Don't let him get out there and start running around and find Rambert and all those kids. And
Outscore them with Handley or the
yes,
quad.
it doesn't matter. That offense, your offense is good. Like, listen,
It,
13. What?
it
What's
don't
the, what?
it
It
don't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
It don't matter which quarterback. 13 and 2 are going to be unguardable no matter who they're playing with. the tight end
and
y'all have
24.
13.
Yep. Yep.
Abner.
He is a matchup problem for an
Oh, Coach Bell is going in and out.
He's
So
going in now.
yeah, I think it said
He's talking
13.
about Abner.
Abner.
Mm-hmm.
He Abner is very reminiscent of a tight end we had here a few years ago. You guys know Kamari Averett, and so he's that type of player. I think Kamari was probably a little bit more athletic than he is,
What
but
happened
he's
to him? Wasn't he on somebody's team after y'all?
He was in the
uh
USFL for a
yeah,
while,
Uh-huh.
and he bounced
yeah,
around a little bit. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But that type of matchup problem, it
Mm-hmm.
just big. There were times we had good coverage on him, and he just blocks you out like a power forward in basketball. There was nothing we're sitting up there in the stands like there's nothing you can do about that. You
So
can't get
so so
around him.
Jared,
Yeah.
let's
Uh-huh.
let's let's not put the cart before the horse, okay?
Uh-huh.
Andrew Body is the SWAC Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, the quarter
Um,
running back.
coming through this week, going forward.
Uh-huh.
Like he is the most dynamic player in the SWAC right now,
Yeah.
hands down. And I think everybody else is playing for second place. Um, Jacobian is playing extremely well. He's a great game manager, and I think that's what you meant to allude to in that he operates the offense efficiently. He does exactly what Coach Taylor asked him to do on schedule and all those good things. But if we're talking about most dynamic player in the SWAC right now, it's Andrew Body and his hands down.
Oh
And
yeah,
that
yeah. No,
I don't even think there's an argument there.
yeah. No, I appreciate that. I what I was saying was preseason. The preseason SWAC player of the year is Jacoby Morgan. That was the point that I was making. But
Right.
yeah, as far as
And
on the field
I think
production is Body.
and I think all of that was was done due to the fact that Body was hurt last year. So
Yeah,
we didn't have any film on him. But he's definitely shown improved. That
absolutely.
he is the most dynamic player in the SWAC right now. And quite honestly, everything goes through Montgomery.
Yep.
I'm just being honest.
100%. And we're gonna be there next week. But before we get to that, you talked about dynamic players. I want to give a shout out to our guy, Javon Ross, Mr. Bonbon.
Yes,
Yesterday
sir.
had 149 yards of total offense. Ty actually, these gentlemen who were sitting next to me at the game would tell you. I told them before this game is set up for Javon Ross. He is going to have a breakout game and announce his presence
Yeah, he
to
looked
the
good.
SWAC. Yeah, but he's they have a nickname for him. What do they call him, Daryl?
you can go
Yeah,
ahead and
well, we'll
say
leave that
it,
alone.
Jerry.
Okay, no, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, so no, he just a really good matchup problem. I love Bethune's receiving core. There's 4 or 5 guys over there that can that can hurt you. 5, Javon Ross. 9, Malik. We
Huggins.
saw, yeah, Malik
Malik
Huggins. We
Huggins.
saw what he did the last couple of years. 6, Ricky Shaw, also from Jacksonville, Florida. Lorenzo Jenkins, number 4. He made some plays, had a quiet 75 yards, but a nice game from him. And then they have a couple guys that even behind them that So I love the diversity in the offense. I think we'll continue to see those guys thrive. And then Cam's actually doing a nice job of spreading the ball, getting the ball
Yeah,
around. But
that's exactly what I was going to get to. He has it fixated on one receiver. He's spreading the ball around to everybody, so everybody eats in this offense with Cam at the helm. And it's really paid dividends for Bethune-Cookman. Listen, in the last 9 quarters, Cam Ransom has probably been the best quarterback in FCS football. Seriously, like I'm not even joking. Like he's been amazing in the last 9 quarters of football against South Carolina State in the second half, Edward Waters all game, and then against Alabama and then against Alabama A&M. Yeah, he had a couple picks early, but he was able to get himself out of the hole find his receivers and be able to come up with a huge win in conference play last Saturday.
Yep.
But we can't sweep the two picks out under the rug now, because Cam give me gas when he just throw that. I almost said the cuss word when he throw that joker just just a direction. We can't sweep the two picks under the rug.
This not a church. This not a church spaces, man. It's like you good.
Listen, but I mean, especially when you
But
cooking.
you know what? Even in those instances, you take the good with the bad because
Yeah.
the good is gonna come, right? If you got and nothing against Timmy McClain, I love him to death. But I think Timmy is a product of being in too many offenses, too many offensive coordinators, too many systems, and not really having a solid foundation of okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is where I need to be, so on and so forth. He's come from so many different places that he never really had a solid foundation or a solid footing. Cam Ransom comes in right off the break, and he's plug and play. He's plug and play. Like this Bethune-Cookman team feels like those Jenkins era, Sean era Bethune-Cookman teams. Jerry already alluded to it that the fans and everybody was excited about leaving the game at the end of it, knowing that hey, we really got something to compete with here, and we gonna break a lot of people's hearts, you know. So all of that being said, if I'm an opposing SWAC team, I'm scared of Bethune Cookman right now because I don't know what they're going to bring. I don't know if I'm going to get the Jekyll Bethune Cookman or the Hyde Bethune Cook.
So two things real quick. So number one, I got to chalk this win up to being able to get that local talent. Coach Bell called it out earlier before the season even started. Even last year when he was on Spaces, hey, we got to get more local dudes. Mainland, they got to want to recruit these guys to come over. You got guys coming from Stanford that's balling. You got mainland guys that's balling, and that's just local talent that's producing right now on the field. So I got to give that props to. I mean, Florida we produce. Number two, I seen Mr. Bill when you posted that video of them doing a chant. I think it was Stevie Bag. He was like they chanting it wrong, but there some people saying it was thinking it's from the wide area era.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, how does this chant go? Do anybody know?
So first of all, listen. If any that chant comes from Coach Alvin Shine White, Steve, you
Well,
can
Agreed.
jump
yeah,
in next.
he is an actor, so he is an actor, so he might have made it up. You know what I'm saying? So you never can tell if it was Jamal Muhammad or Torrell Robinson or somebody else like that or Rasheen, that would have been different. But I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there as
So
a
the
Bulldog apologist, by the way.
Yeah, look, the chant comes from Coach Alvin Shine White.
It
So
does.
Woody put his rendition on it, and that's his thing. The biggest thing I was happy to see Woody actually allow himself to open up and show emotion and passion. And so he's been pretty conservative. He's been pretty calculated, but he's starting to loosen up and start to infuse that level of enthusiasm and confidence into the team. That's ultimately where you want to get to. The second part is if you're trying to compare hype, talk, trash talk, inspiring someone, no one can compete with Alvin Shine Wyatt.
No one.
You could have put Alvin Shine Wyatt next to Dion, and Dion have to take a back seat. That man is a master. We call him Shine. That's his name, Coach Shine. So from Stevie Bags, I get it. You hear somebody else saying it, it's never gonna sound like and feel like Coach Wyatt doing it. That's that. That's
Silly,
that.
silly, silly. Yeah, silly Joe is always gonna
Silly,
be in my lexicon.
silly Joe. Yeah, Sean used to pick fights with everybody. Silly Joe. But what he used to say? What are we? Hope breakers. what I mean, a dream. What I can't remember the thing now. Anyways, but with that being said, you
And
also
hold up, Jack. And
go.
Mouth. And Mouth.
Yeah, we just supposed school on the beach. Yeah, trying to compete. Church school on the beach. We know all of that, but yeah, all of it. But you listen, you're never. The point is that you're never going to you're never going to be able to out talk, out motivate, Alvin Shine Wyatt. So that's not a fair comparison. Steve, you've had your hand up for a while. Go ahead, sir.
What's up, y'all? I'm just
There it
waiting my
is.
turn.
Showstoppers and dream killers. That's it. Thank you, Drew. Yeah. Who are we? Yeah. What do we do? Yeah, that was man. That man have you run through a wall. Go ahead, Mr. Steve.
Man, how y'all doing, man?
Doing well.
Y'all,
Doing well.
Good,
Doing
man.
all
well.
right. Listen,
How'd you feel?
so
Go ahead. Mhm.
I just wanted to go back to Cam Ransom for a second.
Yeah.
Daryl knows this because I texted him during the game. And after that second interception, I was like, oh my gosh, dog, like, what is this dude doing? But let me say something. I think yesterday was actually, even with the two interceptions, was a masterful game for him to throw those two early picks and then come back out and just, I mean, just carve that defense up. Because it's
Call.
easy. It's easy for a guy to, after you throw a couple of picks, to just, it's just
Pack it in.
yeah, and I actually thought they were gonna pull him and put Timmy back in, but that just shows how much they trust Cam over Timmy, because he came back in there, man, and started slinging that thing. And what I loved about the offense, and I'm gonna hang up, is they kept A&M on their heels the entire day. They never knew what was coming, and we haven't seen that. And I mean, it's been 5, 6 years that our offense has looked that, like, you don't know what's coming next. And every play seemed like it was the right play call at the right time. And so it was good to see that for once on Saturday. And so yeah, I'm happy, man. Real happy.
Real happy.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. Jared tell you sitting right next to him. The best part of the game for me was when Cam missed the blitz and safety, and him and Coach Pimp got into it. You have not seen that in probably 4 or 5 years at Bethune-Cookman University, where a coach dig in a player like that and then they respond after. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen them really dig into him on the sideline like that in 3 years, anyways. But to me, as a coach, just looking down at that, as okay, we got a good football team. You got a
Yeah.
good coach in the football program, because Coach Pimp wife turned around to me was like, no, 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 don't tell him to do that. And I'm yelling, yes, dig in his ass, get him, because it was a little sense of complacency taking place, and they needed to work through that. And once they did, you seen the last couple of drives go back out there and finish the game. So to me, like that was the best part of the game. Like that told the most about the culture of the program. That little one moment, and seeing Cam and the rest of the offense work through it. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And Pimp called a hell of a game too, man. They got to give Pimp their respect. A lot of people's questioning, is our running back coach ready to be an OC? I think he's answered that so far this year.
Oh, Coach Trent was definitely in his bag. The
And he's
whole
been in there
game.
for the last couple of weeks.
He
I
has.
think they actually held back last week.
Yeah, he
Honestly,
did. He did.
I think they held back.
It was a game plan last week to just, lay down on them, wear on them, run the ball, and it still worked to our ability. And what we ran yesterday was Pimp being wide open, but he still ain't all the way as wide open as he will be. Wink.
Yeah. And you were still very balanced yesterday. I mean, very balanced on between run and pass. 516 total yards, 256 through the air, 259 on the ground. That's as balanced as you get. So again, led on the ground by one of those local guys that you mentioned, Kamani Robinson, true freshman. We told all of you guys when the season first started, people were kind of panicking about the loss of Dennis Palmer. And we said, oh my God, what are we going to do at running back? And a couple of us told you guys we're actually going to we're going to actually upgrade at the position. We have quite a few guys in there who will more than replace the production lost by Dennis Palmer. Kamani Robinson being one of those. He actually started the last two games as a true freshman. So Last year's true freshmen is being replaced by true freshmen this year. You have a couple of change of pace guys that you can put in there that offer something a little bit different. With Ali Scott,
Yes, sir.
who had a great game yesterday and sealed the deal with the touchdown run at the end that happened to be his second touchdown run of the day. And then so again, it's just a nice. It's a we felt good. Steve, I want to come back to you for 1 second, and then we're gonna let I Talk Rattler get in here because he got a rant. He want to fire into Cozy, so we'll give him a little bit of space for that. But Steve,
I
you
want to
know,
get some of that. I want to get some of that.
yeah, we'll get that in just a second. Steve, you posted this. I mentioned it earlier. You know, you posted the same sentiment that we were sharing in the stadium. We actually left the stadium and felt excited. It feels like a different program right now, and we look like a program on the field. We look organized. We look motivated. We're able to, as you guys mentioned, make mistakes. That's football. But overcome those mistakes and not let the same mistake beat you 3 or 4 times because you're in your head. So why did you post that? What was your feeling behind that when you talked about being excited? I don't want to fill in the gaps for you. I think Steve dropped off as I was waxing poetically.
Jerry, just to answer, because as Steve said, I was talking to him during the game. We were both watching on TV. It's just, being so involved with the program and knowing where it came from and seeing finally, putting pieces together and then to come out with the win yesterday, not even being there, but just watching on TV and our guys fought to the end. Our guys fought to the end, and that means so much more to you. Um, and I told my family, like, I had tears in my eyes. There were some palpitations during the game, but I had tears in my eyes because I
That's
know.
because you got tens of thousands of dollars invested in.
Well, yeah, that too. That too. But it's just, and then to see the celebration that was posted today. I don't care if it was copied from Coach Wyatt, from Shine. It was how the players responded
Right.
to the chant. That's what you want to see from your football team. They've bought in. The fight that they showed yesterday is what we've been looking for. We've heard people say Coach Woody's, and as you said earlier, is not the most animated person, but they're playing for the maroon and gold. They're playing for what's on their chest, and you can't ask for no more than that. So
Yeah. No. Good stuff. No, good stuff. Yeah, no, we'll definitely take that. So again, excited about where we're headed. Excited about the team and the production. And again, the last thing we'll say before we give I Talk Rattler. We're gonna Rattler football. We're gonna give him two to 3 minutes. Oh no, we're gonna give him 2 to 3 minutes to just go on his rant. And so, but before we get into that, too, Daryl was making a point. I want to remind you guys. Last year we lost 5 games by a total of 15 points. So last year they were losing these kind of games, right? Finding a way to lose. Bad teams aren't bad teams because they don't have talent. They're bad teams because they don't execute in critical situations. Well, this year it's kind of turning the opposite, right? At least what we're starting to see now is that these guys are fighting through. So let's hope that we can continue to see this go. I talk Rattler football. We gonna let you talk Rattler football.
Most hated in the sweat.
Boo.
17 national championships, most in the sweat. Uh,
Boo. Keep going.
relevance to
Boo.
2025,
most viewed page in the sweat. My page. Uh,
but lost yesterday.
we broke the streak to get the East Celebration Bowl, right? Okay, best band in the sweat, correct?
Boo.
That's a lie.
Nah, that's a lie.
Boo!
Hold on. What other band got a sell a trophy?
That was in
Got a what?
1980 what? 1981?
Okay, ESPN. Hold on, ESPN band of the year, right? Was that last year?
A and
Right
T
or
We
wrong?
got
don't we
robbed.
don't we don't
I
we
was
don't
trying
count
to
that
give
around
you.
these parts,
I
man.
tried to
That's
Hey,
give
it's all
you.
hey,
bias.
y'all know,
Hey,
I
bro.
y'all know
tried
I
to
was
give
coming
you
on here to, you know,
three
I was coming on here
minutes.
to brag.
I
You know
don't
I was
think
Tried
coming
you
to
on here to
should
give
be
you
brag.
bragging
three
on the band
You
uninterrupted
right
got
now.
minutes.
42 reasons why you shouldn't be bragging today. 42 of them.
It
Hey,
should
who
be
got the
like
most
this.
national
Not
championships in the SWAC?
Ain't not only that,
Dallas
Coach
Cowboys got
Bell.
a lot of championships too. And last time they won something.
Guess the answer to the question. Who got the most national championships in the SWAC?
Hey, answer my
Hey,
question. Last time the
hold,
Cowboys won something.
Let's just
hold on
say
one quick
human
sec. I just
They
want to
all
say
on
resources is
something.
needed.
VHS.
Hold on. I'm about to unmute his mic, but since I'm a preacher and I can't say it, Clayton, what happened to FAMU yesterday? I think it goes BTA. What happened?
Oh, belt to ass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, that's good. We beat
Cause
Alabama.
I shown
We
up.
beat
Cause I
Alabama
shown up
State.
was finna say I can say it.
I'm happy they got their first win over us in 6 years. Congratulations.
Bro.
hey, this man was supposed to come over
Congratulations.
here, and I was gonna give him space to go on his
With that
rant
being
about
said,
Cozy.
no,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna get to that.
Go ahead.
With that being said, we got to get this motherfucker off the sideline.
Yes, sir.
I gotta keep drinking this guy. I gotta keep drinking this goddamn looky every Saturday. If this nigga stressing me the fuck out, we
You
gotta get
got to
this
keep him
motherfucker.
through the
We gotta
classic.
go.
You can't fire him before the classic. We need him to
Please. We want to see him in November. Please.
Hey,
keep him.
We don't
give him
went.
a
We don't went
contract
from. We don't
extension.
went. We don't went from Wildcat Spaces to Def Comedy Jam.
Hey, Marvin Johnson got to stop buying all them damn wigs, and she need to buy this nigga out.
Hey, he
He got
must
to
be.
go.
Hey, oh, Hanko here too. Hanko, get the smoke, Hank. What happened to your boy?
He got to
Can
Belt
I?
go.
ass.
Can I chime in?
Go
Go,
ahead.
Mr. Host. Mr. Host,
go
can I
ahead.
chime in, sir?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Brad.
So I have the utmost respect for the Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. October 1887. That's my daughter went to school there, graduated from there. I got my master's degree from there. So I have nothing but love and respect for FAMU. But the product, I'm just gonna be honest, the product that you're putting on the field right now is subpar. It is sub FAMU
Trash.
standards. It is sub FAMU standards. And to be perfectly honest, your fan base doesn't deserve that. You
No, no,
don't.
no. Stop. Hold on. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in.
Don't
Hold
say it,
on. I'm gonna
Jerry.
finish
Don't
my
say
point.
it,
Oh no,
Jerry.
no. I'm saying. Hold on. Hold on. Listen
Hold
how
on,
I'm
hold
saying
on,
it.
hold on, Jen.
Brad, hold on, Brad. No, 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 no. Let me say this. Hold on. You can respond. You say that fan base don't deserve this.
They do.
I think HBCU football is better overall when FAMU is good. However, if you go back, the reason why James Cozy got the job, my brother and I were talking about this other day. James Cozy got this job because they wanted to keep the band together, right? They wanted to keep Willie Simmons and his coaching
Agree,
staff, and they
agree,
wanted to promote from within. So now
agree.
they chose to not go with Ryan Smith. I know Ert Hank is
Smitty,
on here.
Coach Smitty,
He
Coach
wanted
Smitty,
Smitty. But
Coach
no, they
Smitty.
can't get Smitty because Smitty didn't have the right look and all that other stuff.
He
But
didn't
they
have the
had to
he didn't
keep.
have the
They
complexion for
didn't
protection.
trust. They didn't trust the administration to make the rule. Get the man, get Cozy, promote him from within, and that's why he got the job. But then he got the job, and for the same reason, he actually went out and did the opposite of why he got hired. He got hired to keep the staff together, to keep the continuity, to keep the players together, and then y'all hired him, and he ripped the
Anti
program upside.
Willie.
He got rid of.
He
He
is
was in.
anti Willie. Anything that look resembles what Willie did, he's going opposite. And you hear it on the recruiting path. I tell it, I don't care. I don't
Go
care.
ahead.
It's anti Willie. His them coaches from within before they left all said it. Hey man, if Willie had him on the board, I don't know if we can recruit him. He's been anti Willie since he took over. I don't know why, but it is what it is.
So they're getting
All of
exactly what they asked for.
so again, all of that being said, the fans are not the people who make those decisions. They're not the people who should suffer. They should. They're a proud fan base. They are a fan base that loves on their rattlers through thick and through thin, and they put their money where their mouth is. And so I have to, in situations like that, you only want to make sure. I mean, they're one of the like let's keep it a buck. FAMU, South Carolina State, Grambling, Jackson State, Southern, Tennessee State,
Those are your blue bloods.
etc. Those are your blue bloods. Those schools need to be good in order for HBCU football to be taken seriously.
That's
That's
bullcrap.
But
that's just
They don't have to all
that's
be
a,
good at the same time, and you're not gonna sit on the show and demean the rest of us. They don't all have to be good. And
I
when the
didn't,
fan
sir.
base when the
a lot of
fan
the
base
fan
tell
base
the
asked
athletic
for
director,
Cozy to
So
be
the
there.
I didn't.
fan base wouldn't let the people who get hired to make the decision make the decision. So now you can't defend the fan base.
Yeah, because they were part of the people who made the decision, who helped that be there.
It was supposed to be Sean Gibbs' job, but they didn't want him, and they didn't trust the person who was hired to make the decision. I agree with you. I started this. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I agree that the product is better. HBCU football is better when FAMU is good. I agree with that. But to say that the fans don't deserve it when they screamed for this hire and they
Yes.
would not allow the hire that was in place, that's what I have. I'm not drawing that connection. So maybe I'm missing something. You are as in tune with this game, even more so than me. So if I'm missing something, tell me what I'm missing, Brad.
It's Earl
No,
fault.
you're not missing anything. All I'm saying is a good FAMU is good for HBCU football. Period.
Agreed. Agreed.
Now,
I agree with that.
now, now, doesn't necessarily mean they have to be the best. They just need to be competitive. Right now, they're not competitive.
I agree with that.
Right now, they're not competitive.
We don't need to be. We've been kicking ass for the last how many years?
Oh my gosh.
Well, y'all just for the last
Just
not
keep it
So,
not
always
last
so
year,
saying.
not this year, not last year, not this year.
Just keep the
Hey,
same thing to November. That's all I'm asking. Don't change nothing to after November. Keep it the same. Keep it consistent. What y'all got going on right now, just keep it the same. After
let me know in
November,
another. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying after November, then we'll come back to the space and we'll talk about it. Until then, keep everything the same.
We'll talk about it when another SWAT school gets 17 national championships.
Hey, Brad, how many MEAC championships does South Carolina State have? Unmute your
Damn.
line, Brad.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I had to unmute myself.
How many
uh,
championships? How many
we
MEAC
can't
championships?
we can't cover the press box. So I'm just we're not that that we're not gonna go there. All
Yeah,
right.
I think
So South Carolina State is the most decorated HBCU program in the MEAC since 1970.
We
Point
own
blank
y'all.
period.
Don't we own
no,
y'all all time?
No,
no,
sir.
no,
Don't do that, sir.
no.
Please,
Okay, I'm gonna pull up this
please,
all time series right now. Hold on, I got you.
please, please. No,
He about to get
don't go to
disappointed.
SIAC. Don't go to SIAC days. Start from
What the
1970 when the
We
MEAC was
own y'all
formed.
all time.
No, go to SI.
Am I
No,
right or
go
wrong?
to
I'm
no?
gonna pull it up. I got you.
Hey man, there was a streak where like South Carolina State won something like 17 out of 19 games,
I got you right
something,
now. Hold on.
so
and that
he don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that.
yeah,
And I'm
he
not
don't.
and I didn't even come on here for that. I came on here to talk
FAMU
about
leads
Bethune
the
Cookman
series
and
32 to
how well
26. 32 to 26, we lead the series. We your daddy.
It's just this dude over here, man.
Lord
Hey,
When you
go
talk
ahead,
to
have
Hank.
me,
mercy.
Hank,
when you
you been patient. Go ahead, Hank. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
No, you're gonna have to earn this
I'm,
fine today.
I'm just
Yeah.
here so I
Come
don't
get
get
the smoke.
fined. I apologize for coming in late. I had some duties, work, some athletic duties I had to handle. But anyway, uh, yeah, yeah. Right now we suck. Okay, uh, that's the bottom line. But man, listen. Those that teriyaki chicken slider with Swiss that I had for that tailgate, oof, boy, look here, that thing was hitting. I'm telling you. And we had some pulled pork sliders. Man, they were fantastic. Jerry, you would love it. My man Troy might not be on here. We ain't had check. We had Fago. Okay. Uh, so I mean, we can talk about anything other than football if y'all want to.
Who fed you?
Anything else y'all want to talk about?
Earl, who fed
Uh,
But I can rock with Earl on that. He talking about current events and not.
yeah. Now, it's amazing that this is the uh Wildcats podcast here, but we seem to be talking about nothing but FAMU, huh?
No, no,
I,
no. Hold
I'm
on. Just for context, sir. I
oh
Talk Rattler Football was
uh
going on his rant about Cozy. And so, we primarily cover the Bethune-Cookman game, but we talk
okay,
about
okay.
we open up to all the swag. And he said he wanted to have some space to rant on Cozy. So I was doing him a solid and allowing him space. He came in, he requested, and then he did what he did.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So
Yeah,
there's context there, yeah.
the
So
the temperature was pretty hot yesterday too. Yeah, man, it was in the 90s. I had to get a couple bottles of
yeah,
water.
no. Let's talk about the
Yeah,
temperature. Let's talk
it
about the
was
temperature. I hear, rumor
uh-huh.
has it, that there was a chant about replacing the quarterback yesterday. Is that true?
I don't recall that. Oh, you talking about my chant?
Oh,
We
you started the chant. You started the chant, Earl.
I mean, my chant, I can tell you what the word of the day was.
What was the word of the day?
Sub. Yeah, sub. I ain't talking about Subway. I ain't talking about public subs. I ain't talking about, who is it? Jimmy John's. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about, yeah. Anyway, all right.
So,
So we
so
we
one
we
other thing to
gotta
cover.
we what I do like is that Coach Cozy did recognize he's got to right this ship, and he said it in the paper. He said in the press conference, "If I don't get it right, my ass not gonna be here." So I'm gonna ride with my guy. That's my head coach, and I'm gonna support my head coach. And I ain't talking about getting no other coaches. I'm thinking about right now what we got, what we're faced with, and we trying to get a win next week. I ain't even thinking about Orlando, November, or none of that right now. We trying to get a win next week in
Oh,
Atlanta.
Go ahead, Brad.
Now, real quick, because we had like danced around the idea of Sean Gibbs being the coach at FAMU.
Jerry,
Based on what he's doing at A&T right now, would that have been the best move for FAMU?
I
No, I
think
mean,
you're.
just
No,
being quite, just
it's a
being
fair.
quite frank.
I think that's a fair question, but I think you're talking about two totally different programs at the time these coaches came in.
right?
A
Hey,
and T
Jerry,
is
am I
in
So
a
still on?
complete. You're still
you
on
also
Hank.
got to think.
Yeah,
You also got to think about the fact that
nah,
FAMU is FAMU. Okay,
nah.
so the
Listen,
the 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 rope that he has at A&T is a lot more forgiving than it would have
Hmm.
been
absolutely.
at A&M.
That's true.
Listen,
That's
At
true.
A&M.
we didn't want that man here. And Jerry said it right because we did not trust the admin. And look where the admin is at. All right. So
Well,
no,
they're at Virginia State thriving, by the
not
way.
great. I hope they do well. Right there. Well, no, 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 absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. What's that Tracy Morgan uh gif?
Meme.
Meme? No.
I know where you at.
Yeah.
I know where you at. I'm with you.
So nah, we ain't even got to talk about Sean Gibbs and none of that. No, absolutely not.
Emphatic no. Clayton, go ahead.
Emphatic no.
I just got a question for I talk Rattler and Earl. The Belt Boys left Daytona at during halftime to go to Tallahassee. I just want to know, how did you guys sleep last night? Did y'all sleep on y'all stomach? Because I know y'all ain't sleep in that back with with that ass whooping.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Keep that energy. I like that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I gotta give you that one.
Well,
Just
good
just
deal.
just wondering.
I give you that one.
Yeah. Since I Talk Rattler Football did what he always does, come and hijack things and don't keep his word. We're just gonna go ahead and jump off that. Get back to finish up a couple of talking points from Bethune Cookman, Alabama, and but appreciate that. So that was Steve right there. Steve, I was asking you before you jumped off. You made a post about the excitement that you felt after the game. It was something, a sentiment that I expressed. but I just wanted to hear it from your perspective. What was that? What were you processing?
You know, I think it was just like, and I wasn't there on Saturday, but just watching it on TV and just hearing it, it's just a feeling that we haven't had in a long time. And even like the last couple of years
Mhm.
with like the wins against Mississippi Valley State and Grambling, like those were good wins or more than anything timely wins because we needed to win a game or two. But yesterday to get a SWAC win, first week into the conference against a really good team that we've lost to the last few years, it's like it all is starting to feel like old Cookman again. And like I
I
said,
agree.
I think if you just look at how we won that game yesterday, I have not seen us play a game, and I got a little bit worried. But once I seen they could not figure us out offensively, I'm like, all we got to do is get a couple of stops, and we're gonna win this game because they can't stop us. And so that feeling of just again going through what we've been going through, and not to say like, listen, you know me, I'm a pump the brakes guy. It's still just one win. Last week was against Edward Waters. This week was A&M. So I'm trying to temper my emotions because I don't know if we are there yet, but you get a win on Saturday. And now the conversation gets real interesting because the next two or three games, I mean, it could get real good real fast. But I don't want us to jump the horse. But I just felt great, man. Like it was just a really good game to see and to know, especially for a lot of people in this group that have seen what what we've had to deal with the last 4 or 5 years. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brad.
I, I echo all of your sentiments, brother. And I will just say this: the spark that lit that flame.
Yeah.
And I hate to continue to go back to this, but the spark that lit that flame was the game against South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Like that was
Second
the
half.
litmus test.
Oh yeah,
That was the
I
litmus
agree.
test.
I agree.
That game showed Bethune-Cookman, hey, we're not as bad as we thought we were.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to make a change here or there, and we can play with the best teams in all of HBCU football. This team was just in the Celebration Bowl last year,
Yeah.
and we're right here, and not even right here with them. We outscored them in the second half. The fact of the matter is that they just built such a huge lead in the first half that we weren't able to overcome that. But that parlayed itself into the Edward Waters game, and not to take anything away from Coach Shinnisberry, but he always talks about killing a fly with a sledgehammer. So all the rest of the flies know you don't even want to come over here. And that's exactly what Cookman did against Edward Waters. Big emotional game. Jenkins coming back, all of that good stuff. Y'all thwarted all of that. Like the game was over before it started, for the most part. Alabama A&M comes in, make miscues here and there, but you were able to weather the storm and able to win the game. Now you really got a feather in your ball. You got a feather in your cap. You got former players that's coming back, that's excited, that's getting behind the program all over again. Things that weren't happening 3 to 4 years ago, you know? And so, as long as you can continue to keep up this forward momentum and trajectory, sky's the limit. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Bethune Cookman is a sleeping giant. Wait until he erupt. All it takes is just the right belief and the right know-how, with respect to your system and how y'all run your offense. And defense always going to be there because defense goes everywhere. Defense goes everywhere.
Yeah,
But
it was I'm sorry to cut you off. Uh I just I'm really like, I don't know if Cookman has had a bigger game than they're gonna have against Alabama State. That is a huge game. Not that it decides the season or anything, but if they can just keep the momentum and if they find a way to knock them boys off, I'm Jerry's part of my French. I'm gonna show my whole ass on my show. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
Well, we all are. Everybody showing everything. And listen, if we beat Alabama State, Ty gonna be a Bethune-Cookman fan next week.
A little too far. A little too far.
Well, we tried to extend the invitation, but you still. By the way, Bryce wanted me to ask you, have you found Butch yet? We'll leave that one alone.
Hey, one time for Marquise Bell just returned a block kick for 2 points. FAMU safety, FAMU alum.
Oh, here we
Well,
go.
Hey
he
Here
should
we
Jerry.
go.
he should
Y'all,
have played
y'all
on
need y'all
Saturday.
needed him.
Hey,
Y'all needed him yesterday.
yeah, you damn right we did. Hey, we need him with 5 horsemen to go back there in the secondary too, like y'all do. But
I have
Look,
anyway,
a
get him.
um,
Ooh,
Get him
hey
Isaiah. Get
Jerry,
him Isaiah Land, Roosevelt Kaiser,
Jerry, hey,
yeah.
congratulations, man.
Leroy Van. Get them all.
I forgot to start with congratulations, man. Great, I'm glad y'all won the game yesterday.
I appreciate
um
that.
since FAMU wants to speak, since has anybody really been paying attention to Valley? Do y'all think they have a chance on beating FAMU this year?
Did Edward Waters have a chance of
Everybody
beating
do.
Cookman?
Everybody do. They barely beat Albany
Y'all,
State.
y'all start with this. Y'all here y'all go with
I'm
this
so
foolishness.
serious. This is a question I really want to know the answer to. Has
I'm,
I,
anybody
I'm
I
really
finna
been
throw a
we
watching
will
shot.
win
Valley?
I'm
the
finna throw a
game.
shot.
Do they have
We
a
will
chance?
win the
Yes.
game.
Yes.
We
I'm
Yeah,
will
finna.
win the game.
So
Okay.
Jerry, I got one question.
Sure.
Is Joe Bullock gonna be able to announce at the Florida
See
Classic, or he gonna
that
be on suspension?
that.
ooh,
Joe.
Ah,
I just wanted to throw that shot out there real quick while I had everybody in attendance.
that's
You know what I'm
wild.
saying?
Hey, so man, I think it really was a backhanded compliment that Mr.
It
Morrow.
wasn't. No, it wasn't.
No,
No, it wasn't.
listen to what I'm saying.
No, it
Listen,
wasn't.
can you listen to what I'm saying?
It wasn't.
Well, damn, I guess I can't talk.
You can't. I wouldn't even try to
Go
clean
ahead,
that
All
bro.
right,
up.
don't worry
Go
about
ahead.
it.
No, no, no.
Don't worry about it.
I
Y'all
want to hear
win.
your perspective, Earl. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now they win, Jerry. Don't worry about it.
hello.
No, go ahead, man. This your chance to speak, man.
God damn. Uh,
Man,
what I was saying was he really was. It took. Okay, when he made the statement, even my whole section, we was like, oh, he finna be in trouble for that one, and he probably still will be. But when after you think about it for a second, um, the honeybees, as good as they are, whatever. The girls are not as big as they've been in the past, and so I think it was a backhanded, inappropriate, whatever you want to call it. But I don't think he meant anything. I don't think he was fat shaming nobody.
It
Hell,
was.
he big. Hell,
he
his
ain't that
daughter could
big.
be a honeybee.
You really trying hard to clean that
Boy,
crap up,
big
and
time.
that was
I'm
not.
not. What I'm
You
trying to
are.
say,
You
Well,
probably got a vein in
hey,
the top
look,
of your
I really
forehead.
don't care. I really don't
Mm-mm.
care one way or the other. I'm just trying to say,
You care enough to explain?
all right, I'm done. Miss
Yeah.
Misogynist on the line, so I'm done.
No, no.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm done. Don't worry about it,
so,
Jerry.
so
That's why I said it. You
tomorrow's
like,
leader, tomorrow's leader in sport. Go ahead and jump in.
yeah,
how everybody doing this
yeah, all
evening?
right.
Y'all a wild
We
bunch,
having
man.
a good time over here. That's what we do.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm sitting over here in the weeds listening to all of this. I got to give Bethune Cookman their props. I definitely did call that if they come out there and play focus, they will get this win. Cam Ransom, when that young man is laser focused, even when he screw up and he don't get down on himself, that young man can play some ball.
yes,
Uh,
again.
the one thing I called, I think I did a show on him. I called him beast mode as a quarterback because when that kid runs, he runs angry, and it's like get out of his way. But like I said, looking at everything that's going on with Bethune Cookman right now, I see that you guys got pieces over there that can come and compete with anybody on any given Saturday. It's just a matter of which team is going to come out there, which that's what you guys said earlier today. Um, I do believe they're going to beat Mississippi Valley State is going to beat FAMU in Atlanta this weekend. I'm saying it to
Okay.
y'all first. I haven't even done
Mm,
a show on that yet.
mm, mm,
I'm listening. Can you explain why?
Why I say this
mm.
because of the fact that there's too many FAMU right now is trying to find themselves.
You have a head coach that doesn't know exactly what he has out there on the field. And he's so stuck on, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it and not look at the pieces that he got around him as far as with asserting the right individuals into the positions that they need to be in for them to be successful. I mean, again, I totally agree. You had a blueprint. All you had to do is insert yourself in there with what Willie Simmons left there, continue to keep recruiting, and then build that way. You instantly said, hey, I'm changing this. I want this to be all me. Bro, when you came into this thing, your record wasn't that great from when you left from where you were previously.
Right.
So all I'm looking at right now is you say, okay, you talked about Jet. You're gonna put Jet in the game. You didn't do that. You stuck with RJ. I respect that, but I'm like, at the end of the day, when your offense is not moving the ball down the field, and there's nothing that you got to do something to make a change. You know what I mean? Look
Yeah.
at the body language of everybody over there on the sideline. Everybody looking dejected. I mean, they looking like, man, what are we doing? So I mean, if he keeps down this road, not only will he end up losing his job, but he gonna lose his team within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's something. Josh, I just sent you. I want you to unmute your mic if you can. I want to speak to as an offensive coordinator. I want to get your thoughts on this, Coach Bell. You're a coach. Want to give Cam his props. You guys been talking about Cam Ransom. I said this to a couple of people. Cam has. I think he's doing a better job of managing his emotions. We saw him get a little bit outside of himself yesterday, but for Cam, it's always been about managing his emotions, right? But one of the things that I'm seeing with Cam this year, just from my perspective on the field, is he's doing a much better job going through his progressions. I mean, much better. One of the things when he got in trouble yesterday is because he knew where he was going with that ball, ahead of time. So it kind of reverted a little bit to those old habits. But I'm seeing him going through his progressions a little bit more. There were a couple of throws and reads there that we thought were there for him to make. For whatever reason, he didn't feel comfortable, and he came off of it. Even though I thought it was we thought there was some easy. I'm saying we because Coach Bell and I were sitting up there and seeing some things. But even with that, if you're not comfortable, don't let the ball go. And so I would much rather him pass up an open man and tuck the ball and go run it for 5 yards than to throw the ball in situations in which he's not comfortable. So again, Josh didn't accept the request. So Coach Bell, as a coach, what are you seeing from Cam just from an X's and O's reading the game perspective?
He's comfortable. He's finally found at this level who he is on and in the pocket. There's a lot of times we see things, but we're basically eye in the sky how we set
Right.
up. So like he can't see some of the things we see. Most time his reads are still moving the chains. They're just not the big touchdown plays that we see. Like for example, one time yesterday he had two guys crossing. If he throws it at two, it might be a touchdown. But he hit Bon in the back in the window behind him for a first down, which was probably his original key from the get go. Like we're gonna clear it out and then throw it to this guy. So you see Cam being comfortable in his own skin finally. I don't know if he was that way the previous year or two he was here for whatever reason. I don't know if he ever thought that the QB job was 100% is because you're going back and forth with him and some other guys the previous years. To now it just feel like he's comfortable. He got control of the offense, and it seemed like he got control of the locker room now. Like those receivers are playing for him, the O line, the blocking their butts off for him. Like it just seemed like we have our quarterback, and the team is rallying around him. So you just seeing him being comfortable, sitting in the pocket, doing what he's supposed to do. And that's why I was so excited about seeing how he responded to coaching, somebody digging into him, and once he bounced back from that, because we know everybody said in the stands, "Up, that's that bad, that's the old Cam." He about to go sit by
Right.
himself and pout, but he
Yeah.
didn't. He got up, even when a couple of plays when he was injured, and Timmy did a good job coming in instead of being standoffish like we seen in years past. He's still right there behind Coach Pimp. He gets back in 2 plays later, touchdown. Like that's just a different. That's a maturity level that you haven't seen from him, and he's just confident.
Daryl?
Yeah, I agree with Jeremy big time. There's even a difference between FIU Cam and South Carolina State Cam. Cam at FIU pouted big time. He was standing away from the team. He showed a lot of negative emotions, and I believe Coach Pimp got into him, after then, and then the Cam you've seen from second half South Carolina State to the Cam that we're seeing to this day and time. He's matured a lot. I thought coming into this summer, with him going to the camps and things that he went to, we'd see a better Cam. But when he came out at FIU, he was different. This Cam now, oh, I mean, like Jeremy said, this is the quarterback that you wanted to see, and he will lead this team, and those guys will rally around him.
Well, he's looking like the 3-star athlete that went to Georgia Southern and started some games up there. So, no, we're excited about it, and like we see. Listen, want to give a shout out also to the offensive line. Where the offensive line is today compared to Game 5 last year is light years. I mean,
Very much so.
years better, and so the offensive line is they're gelling well. I don't think we had a sack yesterday. Gave up a sack yesterday, did we? Let me might be wrong. Charles, you're the stats guy. Was there let me did they give up a sack yesterday?
No.
Charles or Mike? I thought they kept them clean, right?
Yeah, no sacks.
Yeah. So, but again, no sacks, and really they held up pretty well against South Carolina State. They've held up well against everyone. And so that's a luxury to have. The offensive line's playing well on the defensive side of the ball. I know his numbers don't jump out a lot because of the position that he plays, but if you love football, watch 44.
I
Adrian
knew you
Hall,
was about to
defensive
say it.
Boy,
tackle.
what you talk
I
about?
knew that boy is man. He's dominant. He's dominant. But like you said, he don't put up a whole lot of numbers, but he win his battles almost every play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's hard to put up those kind of numbers at that position, but you look up, he's always
He's
got
back
4 to
there.
6 tackles
Yeah.
a game. He's disruptive, and yeah, that's a football player right there. So, well, they got Brett. You had your hand up.
Yeah. I don't want to offer this conjecture so early in the season, but with the way things are going with Bethune-Cookman and the way things are going with FAMU, and I mean, the two are always going to be interlinked. I mean, by hook or by crook. If things continue to go south for FAMU and things continue to go north for Bethune-Cookman, and Woody is kept around, and FAMU's looking for a new coach next year, Cookman fans, supporters, etc., I want to hear
Nope.
from y'all.
Nope. I know where you're going. Nope.
No, I don't
No.
want to see
Don't
him
even
on the
say it
highest
out
of
loud.
7 hills. No,
We don't want to see
no,
it. Go ahead, Brad. Finish for the
no.
rest of the crew. And I want some other people to join in on this.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
How
go
would
ahead. Go ahead, Brad.
how would you feel? How would you feel? Because it was bandied about before. So how would you feel about Brian Jenkins being the head coach at FAMU?
Chanel, jump in on that. Anybody else while we're waiting on Chanel? Go ahead, Chanel. How would you feel about Brian Jenkins being the head coach of Florida A&M University?
I'm gonna say no, and the only reason I'm gonna say no is because even though we have a close relationship, we need some distance. We definitely need some distance. And right now, it's not giving distance. And you guys are gonna think that, oh, we're gonna get Brian Jenkins, and watch what we do to Cookman and da 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 da. Look what we just did to Brian Jenkins and EWC. I don't care that they're a D2 school. The point is that they're gonna make their entire season about, oh look, we have Cookman's old coach. Watch what we do with them. We need y'all to get your own identity. There's a million and
Hey,
one coaches out there. Find another one.
hey, Earl.
I'm happy with our head coach right now.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
am.
ain't.
He's the man that's the head coach. I'm happy with him. I support my head coach.
Oh, facts, facts.
What?
Very, very, very PC, sir. Very PC.
It is not. I support my head coach.
Anybody
Right?
else want to jump in on that?
Mhm.
Yeah, no, everybody's silent. Nobody. We listen. Nobody. I tell you this. Nobody in Daytona want to see it. We just.
Look, look, look. Nobody don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't want to see
but
that.
but
So,
but I'm telling you right now, the fan you folks will be like, Jake is available. Go get him. Go get him.
all right, we're gonna hold that off because right now James Cozy is the head coach of Florida A&M.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a fine job, and I agree with Earl Hankerson. I think he should keep his job for at least 4 more
10 more
years.
years. 10 more years.
Hey,
Well, I'll tell him to go into contract talks, Jerry.
look, I
Yeah.
tell y'all, and I tell y'all this too. Everybody talk about firing somebody, and who you gonna
He's gonna
replace
fire him.
them with, and this, that, and the third, and all that. I'm telling you, you better stay focused on the task at hand
That's
and
exactly
try
right.
to right this ship. But now, when you're talking about financial ramifications, man, we can't afford to damn near to pay who we got now. So how are
Yeah.
we gonna pay two coaches,
Yeah.
Yeah. I get
Yeah.
it.
right?
Yeah, and let's face it. We'll get off the FAMU stuff, but you're right. There's the financial implications, and then FAMU is a unique place. Like
So
you,
Yeah. I
Jerry,
don't.
so
it's
Jerry,
not just yes,
Jerry,
it's not just
FAMU,
about. Mhm. Go ahead,
FAMU
bro.
can't pay two coaches. They're the number one public institution in America.
That ain't got
Well,
nothing to
he's
do with
already off the
sports.
line. That's Rattler's already off the line. He talking nonsense.
Okay.
Yeah, we we're gonna be sensible, but
Oh, okay, 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 okay. All right,
you
all right.
can't just. It's not just about being a good football coach and thriving at FAMU. You have to have the right personality. Part of the reason
Yeah.
why I think Willie Simmons was able to work is because
Yeah.
he grew up in Quincy. He grew up on the campus of
Yeah.
FAMU. He
Right.
understood that coach. That is a
But
unique
even he
culture.
got up out of there. Even he got up out of there.
Yeah.
He got a raise.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean
yeah,
Bill
I
It's
Hayes
a
said
would
it
too.
best
unique
years ago,
place,
right?
man, and it's not just for every coach, and it depends on personality and so much stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the good guys in Daytona. Listen,
There you
one more
go.
thing I want to shout out. I want you guys to speak to this. Look, I think Ralph's on the line. If Ralph, you can send a speaker request if you want to jump in on this. One of the things that I have been impressed with Bethune-Cookman's defense over the last several weeks. There's still some things to clean up. Don't get me wrong, but we've went from a really poor tackling team to a good tackling team overnight. And so the way they've tackled over the last couple of weeks, there was some plays made in the open field even in this last game against Alabama A&M, or just in the past they would just whiff on those plays, and instead of having a 2 yard gain, it would be a 37-yard gain. So I don't know what's different, but all of a sudden, maybe it's belief because so much on defense, Coach Bell, you could talk to that. So much of defense is about effort and want to, but all of a sudden, these guys have figured out how to tackle. What's that all about?
Like you said, it's all about want to and belief. The same kids that you saw miss tackles, even early in South Carolina State and stuff like that. It's the same kids, but now they believe. They flying around, they playing with more passion. And yesterday, Alabama and them throws the ball to the flats on a big
Mm-hmm.
third down.
Yeah,
Years pass, that receiver makes that DB miss, and he's up the sideline like you said for 37 yards. I believe the guy actually wound up making a one-hand tackle in the open field that pull him down, and it's just I don't know. I can't. What's changed in 3 weeks? It got to be just pure belief and want to, because like you said in years past, man, we've seen bad tackling and bad, especially in the open field. Open field, like people have embarrassed us for years.
yeah. Daryl, I don't know if you've been showing up to practice, but I know Coach Woody runs a very efficient practice. They're very high pace, and they don't tackle and bring guys to the ground. I know the NCAA have a problem with that, but
Right.
they didn't really even thud a lot. Has that changed
That's changed
in practice
big.
where they're thudding more?
I think the change is because, and I'm just going to say it, the focus is no longer having to be on the offense. So, our head coach is a defensive guy, so his main attention is down on the defensive side. So it's helped a lot. We have been more physical in practice. It's going to be a 2-hour practice. That's one thing. The other thing is with the APR being up, we get to practice longer. That's another thing. And then the third thing is having a locker room right behind the practice field. So guys don't have to leave early to go because we practice early in the morning. They don't have to leave early to go to class. They can shower right there and go straight to class. So all those things have helped to factor into why our team has finally started to gel.
What time is it? What 5 o'clock they practice every morning? 5:30?
6:30 actually.
6:30.
Yeah,
Okay, they
yeah,
moved it back. Okay,
6:30. Yeah,
good deal. Yeah, that's the life of a college athlete. It's
yeah, definitely.
something rough. So, but yeah. So again, overall good game. Shout out to 44 again. Adrian Hall, great game. Adrian Hall. We heard earlier Gabe White, number 17, had a really good game for us. I think Ashley was calling out Malik Steinette, number 19. She liked the physicality that he brought to the game. Bonbon, we've been talking about, number 5. Great game by Cam. I like the way our defensive line played overall. I thought the defensive line did a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. I think the next step now is to get some guys on the ground in the backfield. So again, they were good at the point of contact. We still got to figure out a way to in money down situations how to get off the field by they can get pressure on the quarterback and move them off a spot. It's just not a high sack team. So I think that's the next evolution of this team is to figure out how to get these guys on the ground and be able to get off the field. So again, yesterday was a really really good game. Now we're looking forward to going up to Montgomery. They lined us up for homecoming. So go ahead, Brad. Brad, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I think before you go any further, man, shouts out to the coaching staff.
Yeah,
Like just doing a fantastic job of resetting and understanding what's in front of them and taking it one game at a time and saying, hey, listen, yeah, we took our lumps earlier in the season, but as long as we continue to plug along and continue to play Bethune-Cookman football, we'll be successful. And so the kids are actually starting to see the fruits of their labor, you know, um, with the quarterback change, with the personnel changes that have happened, with the schematic changes that have happened, and all this good stuff. And kids are actually starting to believe. And so that doesn't happen if you don't have a good uh, coaching staff up front to allow to be able to allow to foster that environment. You know what I mean? So shouts out to them, man. I mean, everything starts from the head. So, when teams lose, everybody wants to blame the coaching staff, but when teams win, you know, it's always about the players and what the players did and all this good stuff. And oftentimes we overlook the coaching staff. So just
yeah,
wanted to make sure they got their kudos as well.
yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's do rapid fire real quickly. We got Alabama State this weekend. Again, they lined us up for homecoming. We're looking to be we're looking to go up there and spoil their homecoming festivities.
Do
And
it.
so there we go. I knew I had put them gold teeth in. We so yeah, we gonna go up there and try to figure out who the boss. Show up with some showstoppers, dream killers. Anyways, so just rapid fire, real quickly, for those of you who are active speakers right now. We'll start with Charles, go to Daryl, Chanel. Just give me a percentage. Give me a percentage chance Bethune go up to Montgomery and get a win. Just a percentage. What you think right now? Go ahead, Charles.
50.
Daryl, give me a percentage.
50.
What, Chanel? Not, well, Chanel. Coach Bell, Ty, give me a percentage.
I give 40%.
Okay.
50.
50. They got to spot the ball, and one team got to win, the other team got to lose. Line it up.
Why
They
not
Sound like
take
a,
60?
care. They do
Oh,
have
can you guys hear
they
me
do
now?
they do
we
have
can hear you.
they do have their version. If you ask me, a better version because he's local of Bun Ross in the Jai Harrell. Keep the ball out of Jai hands
Yeah,
because
we're
he's
gonna break
been
down the
balling
game in a
this
little
year.
bit. We're gonna break down the game in
Okay,
a little bit.
okay. I'm gonna get off
Let
of that though.
give
All
me a
right, I'll get
percentage.
back.
Go ahead,
50.
Chanel. Give me 50. Give me a percentage, Chanel.
Oh, I'm gonna be optimistic. 54% Cookman.
Oh, 54. It's
Hey.
gambling numbers.
Ooh,
All right,
ooh.
Brad,
25%.
Earl,
Oh,
25. Dang.
jeez.
Earl. No, you probably right.
100%.
Oh Lord,
PJ,
Clayton, Clayton.
65%.
What? Say that again, Clayton.
65%. Six
Drinking that
five.
Alabama moonshine, boy.
Now, I
So
mean, we got
no,
we
go
got a
ahead. No,
chance.
get it. Go ahead. If you in the chat, go. If you don't have an open line, just post in the chat. What percentage you think Bethune-Cookman win this game?
I think we got a good chance. I mean, it ain't nothing to do in Montgomery. The food ain't good. They gonna be out
Dang.
there practicing.
Oh my gosh.
I had to do training.
Elise.
I had to do training in Montgomery, so I could tell y'all ain't nothing to do over there. Ain't nothing but Alabama State, literally. So I mean, we got a good chance, but they're gonna be ready because ain't nothing to do but to practice.
Well, they got homecoming festivities. I'm hoping they find a lot to do, get distracted, take Bethune for granted. We'll take whatever advantage we can get. Supremo saying 51%. Steve, go ahead and post in the chat. So yeah, I'm with you. So I'm hoping the last time we played them was for homecoming, wasn't it, Daryl? The last time we went up there.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Jamal says 60%. Look, I told y'all it's getting infectious. So I like the fact that you guys are optimistic. I'm probably as an analyst, I would say I'm probably skewing towards Brad's number. I think it's I give us a 30%, 33%, play this game 10 times, we win it 3, but I do think that we have I think this game might be closer than people think. I think we have an opportunity to go out there and do some things. Um, I don't want to play from behind with them because they have a huge and physical offensive line. They would turn around and hand the ball off and milk that clock. Mike, the voice of Bethune-Cookman athletics, not just football. Your mic
Oh,
is
I
unmuted.
love him.
Mike, you got a fan
Um,
club, man. You hear
I
that?
know, I know, I know.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm on my phone. So if my audio is really bad, I apologize.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
I'm gonna say I gotta say one thing, and then I gotta get off because I gotta go to bed. Because I had volleyball Friday, football Saturday, volleyball this afternoon, so I'm exhausted. But first off, I'll give you my percentage. I'm gonna go 25%. And the reason is I think that defensively we were thrown a massive bone this week by Cornelius Brown not playing.
Mm.
And I would like to see our secondary go up against a top tier quarterback, which I don't think we've played one yet. And Body is. So
Fair
that's going to
enough.
be the big matchup that way. The other thing I'll say on this game before I get off, the last 2 years against Alabama State, the
Mm-hmm.
Wildcats have had the ball last with a chance to win and lost both times. That's how close these games have been.
Well, spoken from the man himself. So let's hope this time we finish, and hopefully we're protecting the league, and got a couple score cushion between us and them when we get late into the fourth quarter. But
Yeah.
again, yes,
Jerry,
sir.
I will say this. Body's the I started by saying Andrew Body was the best quarterback in HBCU football.
Yeah.
He will prove it. He'll prove it on Saturday.
He not number one.
Hey, I wasn't impressed, man. I'm gonna just say it. Nah,
He will
I
prove it
thought he
on
He's
did.
not
He
Saturday.
did
number
what
one.
he did what he was supposed to do. He led his team, but it's not like his stats was off the charts.
Right.
And
He- he-
yeah, like
Here's the thing about Body for me, and tell me if this reinforces what you're saying, Earl. Body I think
runs.
Body has the highest ceiling. Like his playmaking ability is second to none. Not only in the conference, but at HBCU football. He is a different level playmaker. The thing with Body though is that he has that Brett Favre syndrome, where he's a gunslinger and playmaker, and he goes out and make incredible plays. But he gives you two or three every game, at least. That just kind of bonehead. We talked about Cam earlier, about
That's
Cam kind
if
of
you could
reverting.
take advantage of them. That's
That's
if you could take advantage of them.
He's gonna give you some plays to make. Yeah, that's it. So that's the thing. You got to take advantage. I'm with you. So does that reinforce what you're seeing and saying, Earl?
I mean, I didn't see that yesterday.
Mm.
I thought he overthrew some passes that he should have completed.
That he does.
Um, their running game was a bit much more impressive than the passing attack, in my opinion. But that might be maybe we were not as stout as we should be. And our defense spent a lot of time on the field yesterday. But I think the whole, oh goodness, he's this, he's that. He's makes so many plays. He's, all of that. It just wasn't there for me, y'all. It was.
Okay.
I think he only threw for like 108 yards, and it just wasn't.
Hmm.
No, I didn't see nothing that was like, oh man, yeah, he definitely the player of the year.
I
Like,
believe.
I didn't see that.
I think that Alabama State is one of those teams, those high powered teams that they usually hit people in the mouth, and the people that hit in the mouth don't know how to rebound. I think if you stick with them, or you say, you know what, we're gonna play football all 4 quarters, I think you can actually fizzle them out. I don't think no one has ever stepped toe to toe with them this season to to compete with them, and I think that
Mhm.
Bethune have the chance to actually do that, and that's why I gave them 60%.
Hey,
Mm.
Um,
I agree with that. I think you're right. I think if we had come to play, I was expecting us to come out and play a big time ball game, and it didn't happen. And so you didn't really know how they would respond if they did get if somebody did compete against them in that manner. So yeah, I agree with that sentiment. Um, I do.
Let me
So
say
Earl, you saw
this.
the Earl. You saw. Go ahead, Ty. Then we get back to Earl.
One of the things that I was looking for in this game as a tester to see how Alabama A&M was going to play against Alabama State was just based off of y'all's quarterback alone, because in previous games, he's been very mobile, similar to Body. I'm open to if anybody wants to counter that. And so, given that your defense has practiced against, of course, your quarterback before, and I believe I said it yesterday, they're a lot faster than what a lot of teams are used to. I feel like if you shut down Body to where he can't be a quarter running back, that's going to cause a lot of problems to Alabama State that I don't know if they're fully prepared for, because your defense is prepared to play against a quarterback that knows how to be mobile and move across the field.
Yeah, he was
yeah,
10 for 18 for 106 yards, and he rushed 8 times for 44 yards.
What
I
was
mean
that
that
the game plan that kind of Ty said to keep him in the pocket and make him a passer?
yeah, I would agree with that. I
Okay.
think I think if you keep him in the now what they were very, very balanced. Um and they can run the ball, they can throw it. I mean, 10 for 18 is not super efficient, but it was efficient enough. And definitely on third down, because that's when he picked up most of those rushing yards. You gotta keep him in that pocket on third down. If it's anything third and 7 or less, he's probably gonna take off running.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And that's where he was able to kind of convert most of those rushing yards. Now on another note, I encourage everybody, from Daytona, if y'all can go, this day homecoming, right?
Yep.
Man, I went last year to their homecoming. It was pretty nice. It was a
Yeah.
great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Um, it really was. It was good atmosphere until the end when some fools wanted to be fools. But the pregame, during the game, all of that was really good. Man, it was a good time, nice vibe. I enjoyed it, and I'd go back for sure.
Yeah, I,
Um,
I like Bama State people. Tom might not agree, but I like them. Let me ask you this about the
They
game,
all
ah,
Earl. What did they look like defensively?
they big. They're big up front. They're pretty aggressive up front. They do run to the ball. Um,
You feel like they're as
and
good as they have been over the last few
I think
years, or a
so.
little bit of
I
step back?
I
Okay,
do. No, I think so. I think they right on par with a Bama State defense. The difference
okay,
is now they got an offense to go with it. In
got
the
it.
previous years they haven't had an offense. Um, and so like they say, the quarterback makes the difference. So clearly he makes a difference, and I think it's more so mentally than it is anything else. Um, but you could tell he is the leader of the offense. And so now defensively, they're just as good as they have been. And now they got an offensive mindset more so than anything to go with it.
So,
Got it.
Earl, is it fair to say Andrew Body is the best quarterback Alabama State's had since Tavares Jackson?
Yeah. I could go with that, yeah. Because they've been lacking at the signal caller position, what, here for the last few years.
Ever.
And
Hmm.
that's one of the reasons we've been able to beat them like we have. Um, hell, last year we played them, they was down the third string guy. So, it's like I say, they got he's a good quarterback. I think he's a good leader. Like I said, he commands the team and they do believe in him. And you could tell that. Um, and he's a good general. I mean, he led them straight down the field on several drives. I'm not gonna take anything from him. What
Is
I
there
was saying is
is there a better QB1 in the SWAC than
I don't know. I haven't seen
than
any of the others. Yeah, let me be quiet. Let me
Mm-mm-mm.
shut my mouth. I haven't seen any of the other quarterbacks other than ours. So yeah, he would be the best in in the swag.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, I'm just asking general questions.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
not here
just
for no conjecture, no none of that. I'm just
nah. He's a leader. He's a general. They believe in him. I think that's the biggest difference.
So,
You can
so
you could
Earl, this will be
tell.
my last question about the game for you. So, Alabama A&M brought the march in maroon and white to Daytona. I enjoyed them. I really, really, they were. I, I appreciate it. They can come back anytime they want. So, Alabama State.
and Horatio treated them nicely and didn't have to call them out their names. Let's keep that.
Yeah, Lord.
Let's say that part too.
It's,
Ah,
so Alabama State brought the Marching Hornets to Tallahassee. How was the band?
eh, man. eh. I mean, typical swag bands to me. Everybody plays good selections in the stands. The
Mhm.
field show be kind of trash. Uh, you know, they all the same if you ask me. They didn't do nothing special. They got there late. Uh, but I mean that ain't no big deal either. But
Yeah,
they
bad
didn't do
deal.
they didn't do anything special. I mean, it wasn't no big deal.
Hey, is
Um,
there anybody that you like outside of FAMU?
what band?
Yes.
Oh, the Pride. Yeah, Marching Wildcats. What are you talking about?
Okay, you back in our good graces. Because all I hear you slander everybody else outside of FAMU.
Well, but I mean, Jared know me, so we grew up together. So he know what time it is. Nah, I love Bethune-Cookman. But the other bands in the swag, I honestly, they all are. I like listening to them in the stands. That's where they belong. Southern putting them damn instruments on the ground just drives me freaking nuts.
Yeah,
And then when I saw Texas Southern do that last year, it just irks me.
we
Uh,
had the same band director, Earl. He would have went nuts on us. And
yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah.
so
But
yeah,
anyway, no, that's it. Good good vibe. Yeah, that Alabama State though. Y'all should go.
yeah. Oh no, we'll be there. We'll be there. Daryl, if the people want to travel, tell them how to get on the bus. Daryl out there in Wyoming trying to put out fire. So, anyways, yeah, we'll be taking the bus up, leaving from Daytona at 5 o'clock a.m., headed up to Montgomery. And so, if you're interested in that, you can go to Let's Go Wildcats.org. Let's Go Wildcats.org. If you don't want to drive, got a pickup in Daytona, another pickup in Jacksonville, and we'll be headed up 95 to I-10 to you on. Are you on the line now, Daryl? Go ahead. You have quite a bit of feedback. I think you turn down the other feed in the background. If
What time y'all game, Jerry?
it's 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock their time.
Okay. Yeah, when y'all come through Tallahassee, I'll be there with my fan U signs to greet y'all on
Yeah,
TV.
but just have a box of Guthrie's for me. I can pick it up on the way out. So yeah,
Need your gut box.
yeah, I need
A
my gut
good
box.
gut
Yeah, gut.
box. Yeah.
What they call it, the gut buster. That's what they
Yes,
call it.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So go ahead, Daryl. If the people want to travel, let them know how to find you.
Let's go wildcats.org/fan bus to ASU. As Jerry said, we'll depart from Daytona about 5 a.m. We'll pick up in Jacksonville and head on into Montgomery to
So
play the
listen,
Hornets.
I ride the bus, right? When I ride the bus, Brad, Earl, all the rest of you guys on there, uh, Clayton, others. So when I ride the bus, they won't let me go past the sixth row. They say all church folks in the front,
Yeah, the
the
ghetto in
the,
the back, bro.
the
That's
ghetto in the back. And so when
Sound
they
like my
say
type of party.
stop right there, preacher, don't come back here. They won't let me go back. They won't even let me use the bathroom. They pull over to the side of the road, go to Bucky's before they let me in the back. So that's a true story, by the way. I'm not even
that
lying.
a
This story.
very true story.
That's wild.
Jared, okay. You know what? Nope, nope, nope,
No,
nope,
go ahead.
nope, nope,
No,
nope,
we
nope,
family. We family. We
nope,
family. We family.
nope,
Go ahead.
nope, 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 nope. You know what? You're right. Okay,
No,
sixth row,
we
sixth row.
they
Okay,
won't let
sixth
they
row.
won't let me go past, man. It's like that's
Listen,
it. Stop right there.
listen.
Me
Yes,
and
sir. D.
Karen.
Yes, 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 sir, Pastor Sir. Yes, sir, Pastor Sir.
Me and Karen have to sit in the front. Yeah,
the
yeah,
grape juice is from row 10 on up. There's some
yeah,
other kind of
yeah.
juice back behind there. So yeah.
So, Wildcat family. While I got y'all on the line, I just want y'all to know why I don't rock with this dude right now. Okay, I invited this guy over to our tailgate. I said, "Hey, bring the whole family. Come to the tailgate. Come get something to eat. All this good stuff before the game, after the game. It don't matter what the score is. You know, you mismarried children. We break bread. We love y'all. You already know it's love from South Carolina all the way to Orlando. You know." Yeah, man. I'm coming. He saw that final score. I said, Jared, where you at, man? I'm looking for you. Man, I'm on the way back. I'm on the way back all the way home.
Hey, man, the people had to get back on the bus with that whooping. I wouldn't feed nobody. That's all. So they had to eat some beef jerky and peanuts. But
Yeah,
we didn't
bro. We in
deserve
the
we
Waffle
didn't
House
deserve
and
a tailgate after that one. So
convenience store. Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Clayton. Yeah.
Can anybody tell me why we can't have a later game and why I got to sweat 20 pounds at 3 o'clock in the summer or in spring, I mean fall in Florida? Like it's too hot. This what's
I
a 6 o'clock game. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is controlled by the SWAC right now with all of this programming that they have. But Coach Wyatt was the person who moved our games traditionally. Earl and I grew up on 7 o'clock Bethune-Cookman kickoffs. When Coach Wyatt took over, he moved it to 4 o'clock because he thought that gave us an advantage against the teams in the MEAC who were coming down from the Northeast in the Mid Atlantic. So so that made there was football reasons for that. But now that we're back in the SWAC, it's no hotter in Daytona than it is in Jackson, in Baton Rouge, and so there's no advantage to the game time.
Wow.
I would love for there to be a 6 o'clock kickoff and get out of the sun, but right
No,
now the
no,
TV's
no,
involved.
Yeah, and
no,
it's the
Jared,
programming.
no. Let me tell you why that
It's the
ain't gonna
pro.
work. Let me tell you why that ain't gonna work.
Why that ain't gonna work?
We all because we always got thunderstorms or hurricanes or
Yeah, true.
tropical storms or whatever.
in the six
And
o'clock hour.
then you get lightning delays. And so your 6 o'clock games go to 8 o'clock games, and then your 8 o'clock games go to 10 o'clock games. So that being one of the reasons. Number two,
Programming.
Always was trying to get a leg up on South Carolina State. You know what I'm saying? So he was scheduled our games 1 o'clock
Man,
in the
it's so
middle
hot.
of it.
South Carolina hotter than Florida, man. In the
Sir,
summertime. In
come on
in
now.
in in that's the hottest place I've ever been in my life. When I worked up there in Charleston, man. That you in the swamp. It's just swamp. Yeah. So
But
that's
they got
like
some
I
Yeah,
good
don't know.
food though.
it's
They have
programming
amazing
because
food in South Carolina. Yeah, go ahead.
we used to play all our games 6 o'clock. Man, it's ridiculous. Yesterday, I'm serious. Yesterday, boy, oh, oof. Yeah, man, that 3 o'clock wasn't no fun.
Jerry,
Yeah,
they're
People
saying
and
the
we did have older people passing out, and EMT was busy yesterday, buddy.
yeah.
But
Remember
people,
had y'all passing that out?
huh?
Remember say had y'all passing out?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They had us passing out, bro. It was
Ain't
all
none of
them.
the honeybees pass out. They were all fine. I don't know
Yeah,
what Joe was
yeah,
talking about.
man.
All fine.
Yeah, they were all
Yeah.
just fine. Yeah.
Now
So
that programming, I'd rather us not even. I'd rather if we had a choice to play at 6 or play at 3 because of programming. Man, we don't need no more programming. We play at 6. We good.
yeah, just
Yeah,
broadcast it on your own network, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They need to
It's
cut that
hard.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it's. I get it. But that's what happens when we've made the same argument about the Florida Classic with the Florida, the TV people and the programming controlling the bands playing. And so
yeah.
at some point, we get it. You want to have marketing, you got to do that the right way. You want to have sponsorship, you got to do that the right way. And so, but you can't just say yes to
Everything.
everything
Yeah,
because at some point it starts to, you get to a point of diminishing returns. It starts to interrupt your product
it
in and of
fractures the
itself.
tradition. It
yeah.
fractures the
The
Exactly.
tradition.
tradition,
Yeah.
and
So
that's
there's a balance there. Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead.
That's when you look at all money, not good money. Because when you start messing with people's culture, that's a problem. That's an issue when you start bothering culture now. So we were talking earlier about the AD and making decisions, and nah, you starting to bother culture.
Yeah.
So
It's a
that kind of
balance.
stuff. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And,
No.
people ain't gonna come to the game because it ain't gonna be fun. We
Right.
gonna come. We're coming regardless because
With
it's just
diehards. Yeah.
it's
Hmm.
ingrained in us. They could tell us we were teared up. Yeah, be honest, y'all. They could tell us we playing at midnight and we'll all be right there.
Yeah.
But that don't work for everybody.
No.
So you can't mess with culture.
Yeah.
So
That's a fact.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's definitely it's a delicate balance, right? So you want to get it right. You want to be able to evolve and move into the future, and you have to fund the programs, and you want exposure and all that stuff. But again, you want to expose people to a good product and something that's supported. So, yeah, it's always a scale, and that's why they pay people, to make those decisions that are all smarter than us, right? They're all smart. So, anyways,
I
keep going.
guess.
So, any, anything else for the good of the whole? Anything else that we
Yeah.
missed from last week's game, this upcoming week's game? Anything else?
Hey, the only thing I would say is, hey, I'm hoping things continue to go well for Coach Woody. He continues to win a lot of games. Bethune-Cookman extends him because he's a really good
Yeah,
guy. He
he's a great
really,
player.
really is.
Hmm. Yep.
Great guy, great leader of men. I think he needs just to find his footing and find his own personal identity. And once he can put his own personal identity on this team, I think the sky's the limit.
What
Seriously.
Yep.
didn't y'all just want to fire the man?
Yep.
Couple
I
weeks,
Not
just
God,
all of
dog.
not all of y'all.
Dang.
I just think that I think
Listen,
that
I don't want to see no brother without a job.
Yeah.
You understand
Well,
what I'm
see, there's
saying?
hope for Cozy
And
too,
so,
Brad. Right? Because they can change their
yeah.
mind about
Oh
Cozy
no.
too.
Oh no, I want him. I want him to stick around. I want him at FAMU until
Forever
the cows come home.
into perpetuity.
I
Yeah.
think for
So
Woody though, I think he came
yeah.
into into coaching at Cookman in an era where everybody wanted NFL coaches. They wanted very vibrant coaches, coaches that were more outspoken. And Woody has
Right.
a complete opposite personality. So, like the
Absolutely.
video that they just dropped on social media, and everybody got to see behind the scenes of what, like, how the locker room was after the win. People are like, "Is this the same coach? Like, is
Yeah.
this Woody?" But nobody really knows internally, like, how he is for real, like, except for the team and the people that know him. But I think we just wanted, like, everybody just we just came from every situation, and then all these other HBCUs and schools are getting NFL coach, like ex player coaches, and people just wanted the same opportunities. But if he came in at a different time, I think more people would have believed in him from the get-go.
No,
And,
I
Yeah.
and,
think
sis-
Yeah.
and sister, you're absolutely right. That galvanizes a team, and that galvanizes a fan base to be able to say, "Hey, we can get behind this guy. This guy is passionate about Bethune-Cookman football. He ain't just talking that talk. He's walking that walk."
that
And the
is
fruit is and the fruit is in the labor of what they're doing with how they've been winning. You know what I mean? So when people can see that, because Sean was always outward.
In
You
your
know what I mean?
face.
Jenkins was always outwardly. You know what I mean? So
listen,
whether
listen.
whether Woody is a you know introvert or whatever, we need to see some of that extra. We need to see some of that extrovertness because that's what Bethune Cookman football has been known for the last 25, 30 years.
In the end, it's all about winning and losing. You can be the greatest motivator in the locker room. You can be a great preacher, teacher, whatever. It's all about the wins and losses in the columns. Within this year now, what the team that he has, it lets you know where your program is going. He could be a good dude all he wants, but if he can't win the games that he needs to win, then you have to look in a different direction. I think that he has the yeah, he came in a weird time. He had a full year of recruiting. I think it was Lou Holtz that said it. He was like, you know what you have in a coach within the year three. Like you really
Yeah.
know what your program is. And I think that's where you have to look at it. So many times, like even the HBCU realm, we're so afraid to change that corner. Yeah, it's a brother that don't have a job, but it's another brother that's actually looking for a job. And I think we just have to look at it like that. And if you want to
Yeah.
go back to the winning ways of the school, then that's how you have to. I feel like that's how you have to judge it.
Yep. And I'll say, listen, let's be honest. This is this is Woody's third year, and I know we're gonna judge him by those standards. But in truth, we said his first season, we said that's really a year zero because he got in so late. He didn't have a full recruiting cycle, all that stuff. I think what happened last year, which he had his first full recruiting cycle, we got really excited because of all the blue chippers he brought in and all that, and then kind of things fizzled out. But really, my point is this is really only his second full recruiting cycle. This is the second year in which he has the guys in that he, fit his personality and what he wants to do. And again, those guys are starting to believe. And I can tell you again from being, attached to this program, it feels different. It feels different, not just from us watching it, but in the locker room and I'm talking to the guys and all of that. And then, the final thing I'll say is this: I would love to win this weekend. That's the goal. We want to go out and win. And before I get to if we win, despite what happens this weekend, you look at the games after that. When we got, I think Bethune will be favored in, we after this week, we got 6 games. I think Bethune, if you had to do the matchups right now, Bethune will be favored in 5 of those games. And so, if you look at it, so again, now if we find a way to win this week, oh my God, yeah, we all gonna be
Yep.
showing our entire.
But you remember a year ago on here, it might have been last year. I don't know if it was before that, but we were talking, and we were talking about what Woody was recruiting, and we were saying that I was like, I honestly said on here, I was like, I would love to see true freshmen on the team versus a bunch of players from the portal because I want to see us develop players. And when we develop players, I feel like it'll go better for us. We might not see the results firsthand, but we're definitely going to see the results in the future. And like, honestly, it's God's timing because like we have a new president. The momentum at the school is just through the roof right now. And now we're starting to see the results of what Woody was doing the first 2 years. We're starting to see player development. We're starting to see all the other things. I mean, it's not instant gratification that the fans want, but it's better than what we had. And now everybody are starting to believe and buy into the program because they're not realizing that he laid the groundwork the first 2 years. And this is exactly what we were getting. You guys were just telling us, like, from year one, hey, you need to wait till year 3 and 4 to get these results. And now we're in the results phase.
Man, after 2 weeks. Wow. This is amazing.
I just all I want to look for is that we need a
Listen.
documentary. If Jerry and Hank went to school together, we need a documentary called "The Preacher and the Heathen." I just want to know what I want to know what
Hey,
went wrong.
but
Hey,
What went wrong with
you know the
Hank?
crazy thing though, when we were in school, I was the heathen and he was the preacher.
yeah. I
So
just
let's
gonna
not
say
do
I
that
might want to flip
documentary.
that.
Let's
Hey,
not do that one at all. No, please don't. Yeah.
yeah, you might want to flip that. Hey, Jerry, you
Yes, sir.
asked earlier, did anybody have anything for the greater good of the group, right?
Oh boy. Yes,
And
sir. I did.
what I think everybody should do right now is stand to their feet,
Oh
and
boy.
and all gentlemen remove your hats. Okay, hold on.
Go ahead with the nonsense. I can't believe y'all know he got to be. He has to be my boy for me to
College
allow
of
this every week.
love and charity.
Yep. See,
Ladies
you
and
do
We
that,
gentlemen, the
and
gather
then
Bethune-Cookman
around.
this is
University
when I
alma
mute his
mater.
mic.
Hey, Mr.
He'll
Bill,
realize
I do
that in a
have a
second.
question for
Yep.
you.
Sure.
When FAMU come, like when they band start marching on the getting ready to march and they do their little scramble, who did they
Mm.
learn that from?
Alabama State.
Fam you,
I'm just saying.
fam you, I love thee. I'll fight and win whatever the.
We just mute him
They got
again. And
they got their whole ID from Alabama State, so I don't know why they even. You know what? Let me leave that one alone. Let me leave that one
yeah,
alone.
yeah.
And
Listen, man.
loyal to thy voice of love.
Anybody else got anything else good for the for the good of the whole?
Fam you,
That man is out of control. He always been like
fam
that too.
you,
I
I
will.
love thee.
There you go. He got it all out. So we just gonna remove him from the speaker now. Appreciate you, Earl.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Hey, look.
Yeah. Earl's my
If
guy,
if
man.
if if nothing else, hey everybody, y'all have a blessed and productive week. Always great jumping on these spaces
Appreciate it.
and talking that talk and having a great banter. With like-minded folks. Much like yourselves.
Listen,
Look look
Brad.
forward look forward look forward to this on Sunday. Seriously.
Look, man. If Bethune Cookman wind up going to Montgomery and spoiling their homecoming, then I'm
Right.
gonna need you to host before I act like
Yeah.
the heathen I
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah.
we're just
I'll take care of hosting duties that Sunday.
yeah. We won't be recording that space in case y'all want to show the church members.
Yeah, because it won't
So
be Pastor Jerry. It's gonna be Clemson Jerry. Y'all
man,
Yeah.
gonna be
look, I'll say this, and we'll go after this one. So Brad's my guy. This was some years back. He came to one of my milestone birthday parties, and and so you got the church folk there, and Karen, she put it together for him, and people coming up and saying, Pastor Jerry, now I had this, and a rough time in my family, and anytime I need counseling, and it is going on with all these accolades, they pumping me up. Well, Brad wind up going up, taking the mic, and say, I keep hearing all this stuff about this guy, Pastor Jerry, this and how great he is, and all that stuff. And he like, I'm looking around because I don't know who that guy is. Let me
Matter of
tell
fact, I
y'all
said I
who
don't know that. I said I don't know that ninja. I don't know that ninja.
in front of all the church folks. So, in other words, If Brad ride the bus, he got to sit in the back in the ghetto. With that being
Hey,
said,
Love
he
it.
like to cause problems. See y'all back here next week. Win, lose, or draw. I'm believing for a win. I'm gonna go pray about it because I have been living righteously, and we hope we come out with a Wildcat win. Have
Let's
a good
do it,
night,
baby. Hail
everybody.
Hail
Wildcats. Hail
Hail
Wildcats.
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 Yes, sir.